What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. And man, today we're going to talk about five things that I do not like about my big turbo Supra. So it's not going to pertain to the turbo itself or anything like that. It's kind of like an overall. I really love this car, so it's kind of hard to hate on it. But yeah, we're gonna get started. And the first thing, this happened when my car was stock, like bone stock, or actually, I lied. It could have been after the first flash, but it's not tune related. So it's the oil pressure sensor. It happens to some of the 2020 Supras. I don't know if it happens further on, but from what I'm aware of, and let me show you what it's doing. All right, so we're gonna get the car turned on so I can show you here. All right, so if we go here and we go all the way down here, and then if we do vehicle status, and if we go to engine oil level, okay, so if we check it out, I'm pretty much on a flat ground right now, okay? It's not really crooked or anything like that. We go ahead and measure the oil. Started, it's been driving. And there you go, it stops at 16% every single time. I'm just like, bro, put a dipstick in there, bro. Like, come on now. Dipstick makes so much more sense. You can visually see it. I know, you know, it's a BMW, gotta be bougie, all that stuff. No, just, bro, dipstick and keep the sensor there too. Whatever, I can check my oil right now and I'll be happy, but I can't. I have no idea other than through Ecutech. I have to like look at the millimeters of fuel or oil in the tank, and bro, it just makes it so much more complicated. I don't know, that's just for me. I'm like, oil pressure sensor is cool, or whatever level sensor, whatever it is cool, but for me, I would rather just have the dipstick. I can go out there and check my oil, and I can even see what the oil looks like. You have no way of seeing what the oil looks like at all. So if it's like, you know, ready to be changed, you know, or if it's still got some life in it, you can tell just by looking at the dipstick. But with this stuff, you can't. So that's my number one. But number two is there's no heated steering wheel and no remote start. I know that doesn't seem like much, like a big thing, but I feel like if you're spending this much on a car, those are like the two basic options that come with every other car in the same kind of price range. So, you know, a lot of people have the heated steering wheels. It doesn't get that cold out here or anything like that. I mean, it's just like an option because this is the premium package. I paid for everything, you know, like it has the driver assist, which is cool. Unfortunately, it doesn't steer. It just kind of just kicks you back into the lane, where all the other 2020 models actually steers for you, you know, a little bit. It just makes your life just so much easier. It's just more of a comfort thing, I feel like. And for the remote start, I mean, man, I want to be outside the car and press the button and hear the exhaust. I can't even do that at all. I have to have someone else sit in the car and then turn it on, and then I can be in the back when it turns on. Or just turn it on and then run to the back and just kind of like hear it for a second. Like, I mean, that's just stupid. I just want to be walking there and just beep, beep, and the car turns on, right? So those two options. And I've heard if you are doing the femto unlock or sending your ECU out to, I forget where it is, but when you send it out there, they can actually do the remote start for you. So unfortunately, if you're not doing it that route, there's no way to get it at the moment. So sucks, but it is what it is. This is the third thing. There was no manual when it came out. And also, the manuals are not tunable. They have to do the femto unlock, and that's like so much money that I could be investing somewhere else. So automatic it is. It just sucks. I mean, like, manual's so cool. You have more control of the car and everything like that, but you don't have control of the computer itself. So a lot of people are doing the femto unlock, and I just feel like you're spending almost like 3-4 bands on just unlocking it, not even tuning, nothing. Like, that's just to unlock the car, and you get an extra ECU, I believe, or you send out your own. I don't know, man. I just feel like I could do so much more with the automatic. I can spend that, like, that same amount of money. I mean, think about this. The same amount of money I could buy a turbo kit. That same amount of money I can do a full car redesign. Like, I can get all these carbon parts and put it on the car for the same exact price of just unlocking the ECU to be able to tune. Not to tune, but just to be able to. That just doesn't sit right with me. I'm like, man, see, for this car, I spent $400. That's it. And then unlock the ECU. Simple. And I can just be on my day, you know, like I could spend the money for tuning, I could spend the money for parts. I just feel like, yeah, sure, I don't have manual, But one, I'm faster, and two, I save 5 bands. Just put it that way. So the fourth one, okay? The fourth reason I don't like this car too much is my panel gap, which is fixable, is this thing right here. I do not like this. I don't know why. It just bugs me so much, but it will be fixed. And another thing is with all those flames, I really messed up the back of this car, and I don't know, it's just like, it's, yeah, sure, you know, I'm shooting big flames at the same time. It's making this car rear end look ugly. You know, look at this. This is terrible. But other than that, I mean, overall, this car is amazing, and I will make 5 reasons why I do love this car, because honestly, it was hard to say what I don't like. It's so hot outside. Let me show you. It's freaking 91 degrees outside, so I just ran back into the car. For the final 5th reason, okay, is the tuning right now. It's bothering me so much, and it's a headache. I turned on the car for a second because it's just way too hot in here. I had to put the AC on. But basically, the one thing that's really an issue is all these supporting mods just for the turbo. So for me, I was just like, yeah, I'll just slap the turbo on. I'll have the current fueling. I'll add port injection because, you know, sometimes they need the port injection. So I got the plate for that. I got the harnesses. I got everything. Like, well, I thought. So we go to data log the car, and with the wastegate spring it's set at is 18 psi. Unfortunately, the car is leaning out up top, so I can't even do full pulls no more because, you know, I risk damaging the engine. So yeah, it just sucks because I have to get a low pressure fuel pump and slap that in the back. I mean, after that it's kind of pretty much done, I hope. But I just feel like finding out all those things. And I mean, I don't really do that much research. I'm kind of just like I'm gonna do it right now type of guy. So, and find out along the road, and now I am. So yeah, there's a lot of things that you gotta keep in mind when, you know, going big turbo or going anything performance. Do your research, I guess you could say. But yeah, I was thinking I could just push like, you know, 500 horsepower for right now, and then when I get the fuel pump, then I can push more. But unfortunately, because my spring is so high, at 18 psi, I'm just leaning out up top. So I mean, we tried to turn off the fuel pump or the port injection and see what that happens, but it's just, there's just not enough fuel going through the engine for it to be happy. So that's the unfortunate part. The fuel pump, we're gonna get it on the way and install that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my 5 reasons why I do not like the Supra. Other than that, this shit's amazing. Best car I've owned. You know, besides Genzilla was an amazing car. But this car, I mean, in performance and everything like that, it was made for me, man. I feel like it was a really good, nicely built car. I mean, there's nothing else to say about that. Other than that, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.